A gun-toting Cybertruck owner took it upon himself to test out how bulletproof the electric vehicle is, and it did not go as expected. Adult film star Dante Colle posted a video to his X account pointing a handgun at the $100,000 Tesla vehicle in the middle of an open field. In the viral video, Colle fires a shot into the back of the Cybertruck, with the round producing a sizable hole in the exterior and, at first glance, appearing to penetrate the vehicle. "FK," the adult film star shouts, dropping his handgun on the ground and putting his hands to his head in shock. "I don't think it's bulletproof, Dante," the woman filming says while playfully laughing at his disappointment. But after inspecting the truck, while the round may have become lodged inside the Cybertruck, one of Colle's buddies revealed the bullet did not go through. Colle again assumes a firing stance with his pistol, this time on the side of the truck at an angle, for a second take. During the second attempt, the round appeared to ricochet off the side of the Cybertruck, leaving a dent and scrape, but also did not penetrate the electric vehicle. "It worked," Colle proudly says to the camera after the second try. Since its release, multiple online personalities have tried testing the $80,000 Cybertruck's durability. YouTuber Zach Nelson, who runs the popular channel Jerry Rig Everything, uploaded a video of him unloading rounds from an arsenal of firearms into the truck in May, which included an AR-15 and a .50 caliber rifle. During Nelson's test, the truck withstood shots from a 9mm and a .22 caliber rifle, but rounds fired from a .17 caliber rifle, an AR-15, and a .50 caliber gun inflicted real damage. Tesla owner Elon Musk, 53, has long boasted that his Cybertrucks are bulletproof and can protect against gunfire. The Tesla CEO botched a test in front of a live audience in Los Angeles when he first revealed the company's electric pickup truck in 2019. He asked his chief designer to throw a metal ball through the bulletproof glass, but the glass cracked, drawing groans from the crowd. However, in a redemption test released by the company in December, Cybertruck lead engineer Wes Morrill uploaded a video to Tesla's YouTube channel of his team firing different calibers of bullets at the vehicle's 1.8 mm thick stainless superalloy exterior. They started with a Tommy gun, a .45 caliber round, and fired a hailstorm of slugs into the side of the truck. While the rounds laced the side of the pickup truck with dents, none of the bullets reached the interior of the vehicle, and a slow-motion shot showed many of them shattering upon impact. The team then fired rounds from a 9mm Glock and an automatic MP5 SD into the truck, with all the rounds again not penetrating the vehicle. Next, they fired .00 buckshot from an M4 shotgun, which typically holds a 2 3/4-inch shell containing 8 metal pellets, into the side of Musk's creation. While the glass cracked slightly, none of the pellets penetrated the pickup. In March, Morrill took to social media to implore some Cybertruck owners to stop abusing their vehicles.